we need to do is come in here and tell this guy that his employee betrayed him. Because, you know... Correction, we need to go in that way, because I made a wrong turn. I thought this was the door to the noble's quarter. No, this is the door to the outside. Note to self, memorize this door. Because if the marketplace is right next to the Myra Tower, I've been such an idiot. I've been such an idiot, yes. I've been going, you know, I'm going to go to the foreign quarter and then go out the south door and, you know, do whatever.
Yes. Did you get a chance to look for my mother yet?
No, I haven't, kid. Oh, wait, yes, I did.
Yes. Did you get a chance to look for my mother yet?
Yeah, Mom. Sorry, she was a kind of psychopathic serial killing murderer, and she had an accident with my bow involving being on the wrong end of it.
A wild mage? Okay, I don't know what you're hoping to get from this, but if this is a joke, it's far below tasteless. Get out of my house. Now. Or I'll get the guards.
I'm not in your house. Oh, hey, look at that. Well, that sucks. I did what I said I would. I said I'd check on her. And then I did what I didn't say I'd do when I murdered her. To be fair, I murdered her in self-defense of everyone else. So, yeah, I guess. I mean, she was a murderer. She admitted to basically trapping people's souls in portraits and then draining their life. What did you expect me to do? Just let her keep painting? Please let me get in the house. Yes. Don't tell me it's locked.
What are you doing
Good.
here?
And the Centurion is gone. Wonderful. He's in the workshop then.
Please, Pathira, this is madness! You don't know what you're doing there!
Oh, believe me, I do. More than you ever did. Do you even realize how pathetic you are, Master? You... Ugh, great. I knew I shouldn't have taken chances.
Well, you left me in a death trap. You know that doesn't work.
Help me! Pathira, she controls him! You need to stop her!
I think he figured that out by himself, don't you? I guess it's time to test what this thing can do.
Yeah, about these Centurion things. Turns out they're kind of slow. All I need to do is just slowly walk away. What were you expecting? I fought like 5 of these things on my way to get to you. Did you really think I didn't have a plan for that? He ran out. He ran out. More fool him, because he left his workshop alone. Oh, nope. I didn't say anything.
By the stars! This was bloody unnecessary! Why did she do that? I just don't get it.
Because you were treating her toys like because you were treating her culture like a toy? Is she dead?
Dead? No, but inactive. Her consciousness is still linked to Horst, his soul, if you will. She did it. She actually did it. Foolish girl. She always was too impulsive.
So, this is what happened in Agnon, and she thought you would waste this machine's potential.
Lead our people back to glory? By the stars, how stupid can a person be? We are starlings, damn it, not bloody imperialists. We live to quest, to fulfill the prophecies, not to... You see, this is what happens when a juvenile zeal meets powerful technology. She was always snappy, but I really didn't see that coming. Anyway, I suppose I have to do it all again. Disassemble Horst, retrieve his consciousness core, and then put him back together. Then I'll think about what to do with Pathira. Maybe I'll transfer her into something else. I've always wanted a talking paperweight. Just a joke.
Yeah, you better hope that's a joke. You will put it back in her body, won't you?
Of course, I'm not a murderer, but when that time comes, I will make sure to have a dozen guards beside me. She can look forward to some nice months in prison, and then she can go look for another master. Stupid girl. So much potential wasted. But, save for the drama, you did a good job. I now have all that I need, and Pathira proved that the transfer, the apotheosis, is possible. In that regard, thank you. You will get your reward and Pathira's share of it too. Here, take this key. Back in the lobby, you'll find a small casket, right beside the fireplace. What's in there is yours.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Again, thank you.
You're welcome. So here's my question. Why didn't he have Horst in this thing to start with? New kind of question. What purpose do these holes serve? They don't match up with anything on the foot. Alright, let's retrieve our reward then. By the fireplace, you said. Casket. Terranite arrows. Claws of the Ash Warrior. I think I have those. Hey, alright. Alright, we have a number of quests to turn in. We already handled Erica. She wasn't happy with me, obviously.
Yes. What are you doing here?
So, what else do we have? Oh, right, we need to head to the foreign quarter and give that guy his mushroom samples. I'm sure not giving them to the Sun Temple. Who knows what they do with them. Talk to T1. Oh, is that the last artifact? I think that's the last artifact. Wonderful. I need to head to the temple eventually, though. Talk to Kalia. So, foreign quarter first, I think. I really need to get in the habit of using the signposts. Makes getting around Ark so much easier.
Sir? Yes?
Remind me, where is their location? It's over there.
Hello.
Hello, traveler. Are you even open right now? What are you doing awake? Is like, I mean, I guess it's only 9:30. Here, have a pray and earn.
Show me. And again. Good work. I am honestly surprised.
Don't tell me you're about to
As
turn
is
around
our
and backstab me,
employer.
please.
Our first replicas have been shipped to him recently, and he is very content regarding their quality, which is, to no small extent, your doing.
Yeah, that should be it.
Here, I think this should properly reward you for your efforts. Take your pick.
Oh. These all sound... I'm going to go with the one-handed only because I don't think that's going to match what I have. I need a sword anyway.
Good. It is a truly unique piece of craftsmanship. Take good care of it. Ah, and this should come in handy too. You've earned it. Now, in the name of our guild, it was a pleasure doing business with you. I will contact you if we once again require your services. Walk blessed.
Oh, I thank you.
And
Morales Edge. Ooh, that is a fancy looking sword. With kind of a crappy enchantment.
next time. Maybe.
Well, I mean, it even suits the costume, doesn't it? Sorry, the armor. Do I have any more jobs in this district? I don't think I do. I think they're mostly in the marketplace. Oh, right. Where is that guy? He's supposed to be... Oh, he's in the Undercity. Okay. Oh, because his lab is in the Undercity. Right, right.
You don't know shit, boy. I'd rather go tap dance in front of the Truchessa than work for a Chilean.
Who are you talking to?
How am I supposed to pay that?
What I'm trying to say is, stay away from those olive-skinned cutthroats. They lure you in with nice words and big promises, then bang, you put your cross under a contract that makes you a slave for a lifetime.
Well, you know, I'm an olive-skinned cutthroat who
because they're
actually...
a greedy pack who have as much decency as
Shut up, will ya?
This is a bloody...
I was gonna say, I got 100 rhetoric now. And I actually have some crafting points to spare now that I've leveled up. I'm not sure where I'm going to put them in. Handicraft doesn't seem to be very useful, if only because the best things I can craft are worse than the things I can summon, usually. Or I could go for out... Actually,
Here,
how does that stack up? Entropy, summon sword 5.
I tell you, boy, I am so sick of those fucking glittery lies.
Yeah. And I can't even improve that because it's a magic weapon, and there's no equivalent of the arcane blacksmith perk. So that's as good as it's going to get for me.
If I were the Grand Master, I'd have thrown him out of this country long ago. Bastards, all of them.
Yeah, let's find
Oh, well. We always
let's
go
find
to
a signpost. There we go. The Undercity is in the south quarter. This is the south quarter. Where is the tower itself? That sounds like a dragon. This is the Myra Tower, probably? Yes, it is. Okay, good to know. can't just keep, you know, wandering around and getting lost like that. So there's a Myra Tower right inside Ark, and there's a Myra Tower outside it. Why? Why not just consolidate the Myra Tower inside the city? I mean, this is even more favorable spot if you want to go right into the marketplace. I feel really silly now. I'm 40 hours into this game, and I didn't realize there were 2. Is he in the marketplace too? Oh, this is taking me... Oh, never mind. Just going to very quickly summon this because I get the feeling that something's going to go wrong.
Ah, there you are. Had any luck?
Yep, and guess what? Your grandfather was right.
I feared as much. And why? Please, there has to be a reason. One that explains it all.
He was a horny son of a gun? Yeah, he wanted to impress his noble woman sponsor. Thought cosmic plague and then curing would win him her favor.
What? That? By the name of the sun? I can't believe it. What? What about the rest? Did you find any samples?
Sure did.
If there is any chance I can free the Hazels from the shame my grandfather caused, I have to take it. I can cure the plague. I just know it.
Do you have to experiment here in Ark? It's kind of dangerous.
Only if they were being handled by a fool, which I am not. Please, I can imagine how this sounds to you, but I know what I am doing. If you don't give me the samples, there's no way I can atone.
Very well. I mean, you don't have to atone. But if you want to, here, who am I to say no?
Thank you. Thank you. This really means a lot to me. Here's your pay. And take this. You truly earned it. I'm in my laboratory now. There's much to do. Walk blessed, my friend.
Wow, another level up. The Apothecarius's elixir. Oh, there it is. 40 health for 4 seconds, cures all diseases, and 20 mana for 2 seconds. See, that right there is a problem. Because that's an amazing potion. And since there's only one of it, I'm never going to use it. Alright. Anything else I need to do in Ark? Kalia, right. And that, need to search goal for silverboard. Let's hop along here until I get to the barracks.
No. Oh, shit.
Yeah, this is a much better sword. Oh, hello. And these guys have come back, along with the brandy they were holding. Isn't there supposed to be have I not read that one? Oh no, I picked it up. I haven't actually read it yet. There is supposed to be a ladder in here, I thought. Oh right, because that's downstairs, not upstairs. Into the Noble's Quarter. Wonderful. And we're actually going to take a night's sleep off, spend some money because we have close to 100 skill points just waiting for us to spread around. I'd like to get my sneak and my light armor up, you know, sell some gear as well. See what the banks had for me. And I think I'll go have a nice sleep, and we'll pick up after we're done with that. Well, we're back. And I have some rather pleasing numbers to show you. Which is that sneak is at 100. Light armor is at 61, and it would have been higher. Except I ran out of learning points. Alchemy is also something I've decided to start working on. I'm not sure how much it will actually benefit me. But I'm going to start working on it nonetheless because my other choices are to throw it towards handicraft or enchanting, and I have summonable objects that I don't need either of those. Or maybe pickpocketing, but I guess I just will never really use that. Even lockpicking would be more useful, and I mean, who's going to put points in lockpicking? As I was buying things, I also found something out. You know how a few episodes ago I decided to sneak into this guy's house and try pickpocketing his things to see if I could find what Ironford was so upset about?
What? No, I just put them out for you.
Turns out I was going about things entirely the wrong way.
And be quick about it.
Because he has this guy's loot. I don't know why he has it or why he wants it, but hey, we'll take it. We'll also take the lockpicks because you can never have too many lockpicks. Now where is Maelgar? Is he in the foreign quarter? He's in the foreign quarter. Not entirely sure where we're going to go after this. I'm thinking probably the Farmer's Coast, or the Western Cliff, however you want to call it, because I have 2 missions in that area. One of them main quests, one of them optional.
Monsieur?
Meogar. Oh, of course, he's in his shop.
Yes?
Walk blessed.
Some people just don't know their path.
Well, I actually haven't been told my path yet, so I kind of have an excuse, I think. Meogar, good news! I'm not a cheapskate. Is this why you're so angry?
That? By Malthus, where did you get that? You didn't buy it from that cutthroat, did you? Please,
yeah?
let me see it. I need to know it's real.
Sure. It's yours.
Thank you. By the name of the sun, yes, that's hers. And Vera was right.
You're welcome. Who's Bella, your companion?
What? No, Bella, she was my daughter. She left us one moon's turn and a day ago now.
Sorry to hear that. What happened to her?
Flesh maggots. She... A week before we found out, she had met this young man, you know?
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, you should have seen her. There was so much life in her, so much joy. And then, all of a sudden... No, it just isn't fair.
So how did I'm kind of curious how the merchant got the loot, but I won't ask about that. For what it's worth, I've lost friends as well, not too long ago even.
You did? I'm sorry to hear that. She was a poet, you know? She could play the lute and sing like no other.
I'm so sorry.
And she even taught herself how to write. Vera, my companion, and I, we thought she would one day travel through the lands and become a bard. What am I saying? I'm sure you have better things to do than listen to me grieving. But, in case you want to know how her loot ended up in that bastard's hands, we had debts. And only 3 weeks after Bella left us, a Duneville caravan that carried a year's load of iron for us got robbed. But of course, neither that nor our loss made any difference to that cutthroat golfer, and he threatened to get me thrown into jail if I wouldn't pay by the first day of Star Summer Night. Well, I suppose you can connect the dots for yourself.
Yeah, I guess so.
The loot was precious, and we didn't have a choice. But still, it felt like selling a part of her. And until now, we had nothing left of her, save for the casket.
Yeah, keep the loot. It's a present. You should keep it.
Yes? That's very generous of you, really. Thank you.
What, you think I'm just gonna say, okay, this is the only piece of your daughter you have left. I'll be taking that now? No! What kind of monster would do that? But yeah, the casket, didn't you bury her in it?
Her treasure chest, that's what she called it. She kept her songs and poems in there, and she would never show anything to anyone unless she considered it perfect. You know how poets are. And now she's gone, and only she knows how to open the casket.
A good chisel would do the trick. Yeah, you're a locksmith. I can open master locks. You should know how to get it open, right?
Aye, I should. But the casket was a present I made for her myself, and I made the lock special. It's a complicated mechanism, but simply put, there are 4 bolts that need to be pushed in a certain order, and only then will it open. Of course, I could smash it, but who knows what would happen to her things. If I somehow destroyed them, I would never forgive myself.
But you made the lock. You should know what the order is. And that description on the loot has something to do with the casket?
Yes, left, right, left, down. But that's not all. The bolts have to be pushed 12 times.
So we're missing 8 hints. I don't suppose she... Why would you make a 12 combination tumbler? Never mind. Okay, so we're missing 8 hints. Where would she have left them? Do you know?
Aye, I'm quite sure she did. Vera and I have ideas as to where, but at the moment I can't afford to spend a single day without work. Look, you were very generous to me. I know it's a lot to ask for, but do you think you could help us find the other hints?
I guess I could.
Thank you. I'm not asking this lightly, but you seem like a good fellow, and that is rare these days. Bella loved this book of poetry, the Rebalance, and there was one particular edition she always rented from the Ark Library. I hardly have any coin left to borrow it, but I'm almost sure she left a hint there.
She left a hint? You know, I won't question leaving a hint in a public book. Okay, and the last one?
Aye, there was a place Bella always visited when she had spare time. She worked on her poems there, I think. It's not far from the harbour. Do you have a map? There. If she left another clue, it must have been there.
Okay. Where is that at? Not far from the harbor, he says. I guess we can stop there on the way to the western cliff. Sometime we're gonna need to stop over there, you know that? Alright, we'll do that. For now, though, we're gonna go talk to Kalia, get her opinion on what happened back in that temple when she turned into this black, shadowy figure and totally went berserk on that bandit.
They just sit on their asses and
Where is that signpost?
Lovely adherers of the crunchy pleasures. Grow into light.
There it is. To the Sun Temple. Kalia, are you in the Emporium? Sorry, the Sanctum. I keep getting those two confused.
Greetings.
Oh, while I'm walking, I should also be telling you some things. First is that I downloaded a mod to change the price of skill books. All skill books across the board, combat and crafting, now cost the same price. I realize this might not be a popular decision because it's a... You know, it's changing the game, it's not giving you what you need, it's making the game easier, and yes, to a certain extent it is. At the same time, I think if I had my way, learning points and crafting points would all be skill points. There would be no distinction between crafting and combat skills. You could spend them however you want. So instead of having to spend 13 points on crafting skills, I could invest that in light armor or put them into one-handed. That's just me.
Thy name is
I've also purchased a pair of spells from the merchant from the wizard merchant in the marketplace. I don't know which they're probably mentalism. Yeah, mark and return. Basically, that says in an outside space, I say I'm going to put a beacon down here, and then later when I cast return, I will go right back there.
I will honor.
Which I anticipate will be very useful.
As in death.
Have you been praying this entire time? I'm sorry for your knees.
Saira, good to see you. Do you need anything?
I just kind of wanted to talk.
That's convenient, actually. I think I still owe you an explanation.
It's about what happened in old Dothelgrad, don't you, right?
Yes, but let's talk somewhere else. Come on.
I suppose it makes sense. Wouldn't want to talk in the sanctum of the keepers.
So, sorry for all the secrecy. I just didn't want anyone else to listen in.
Totally understandable. So, what do you want to say?
Well, that moment when I neutralized the leader of the bandits in Old Dothelgrad, I'm sure you noticed that I was different then.
You could say that, yeah. You seemed upset.
Upset? You choose your words carefully, Saira. I appreciate that. I'll make this quick. There is something about me that you don't know. That no one knows, actually. Do you remember what I told you in the curarium about the destroyed village? Well, I wasn't entirely honest with you.
That takes a lot of courage to admit. So, do you know what actually happened then, or?
Not all of it, no, and it's true that I don't know how I ended up there. But I remembered something just before I regained consciousness. Some kind of vague memory.
Do tell.
A feeling, coupled with an image.
What do you mean by that?
It's hard to describe because it didn't last very long, but I saw myself, but I was somehow above the rooftops, as if I flew. Below me, I saw all the chaos, the dead, the fire, the devastated houses, and I somehow felt hot, but from inside, as if my blood was boiling. That sounds crazy, doesn't it? I'm sorry, but I don't know how to describe it better than that.
No, it makes sense. Like, was it like a memory or a feeling? I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm understanding this right. And I want to understand this right because you're important to me, and I value what you have to say.
It was something that actually happened. I'm sure of it. But the memory, it was somehow blurred, like a dream, but a very vivid one.
So what happened next?
Nothing. I woke up, and from there things happened just as I've already told you. But that's not really what I'm trying to get at. In that memory, when I saw all those dead bodies and all that destruction, I felt satisfaction, pleasure. As if all that suffering, all that pain was the most exhilarating thing I'd ever seen.
So what are you trying to tell me then?
Well, I didn't know what to make of that memory myself for quite a long time. But then, things happened that made me understand. There is something inside my head, Saira. Some kind of second soul, an entity. Most of the time it sleeps, but there are situations in which it wakes up. Mostly when something atrocious happens or has happened. Blood, pain, death. Whenever I'm confronted with these kinds of things, it tries to... I don't know how to put it. Tries to take control of me, and then things like Alt-Dathulgrad happen. It's never managed to completely take me over, and it hasn't gotten as far as it did in Alt-Dathulgrad for a long, long time now. But that memory from the village, I think that is what happens when I let myself go completely.
So, I'm guessing that that's a lot to take in. So, is it a demon or something else? Is it you or a darker you?
If that name seems fitting to you, then yes. But I think we both know these stories about ghosts taking over the living are just stories to scare the common folk. If it helps you, think of it as some kind of temptation.
I like that.
One that's just waiting for the moment when I am too weak to contain it.
And it gives you a lot of power, obviously, from... You seem, no offense, a lot more powerful when you were beating that guy's skull in with the hilt of your sword than when you weren't.
Yes, it is immense, Saira. I can feel it every time it is trying to take me over. I don't even want to think about what would happen if I were to give in completely.
That's a lot to take in.
I figure. Listen, what happened in Old Dothelgrad? I never should have let it come to that. But that moment when he charged me, the blood on his sword, I just couldn't contain it. And when I gave in, when I hacked him into pieces, I simply felt so thrilled, complete. I was naive to believe it would never get that far again. Naive and stupid. But do you see now? This is the reason why I train so hard, why I always try to control my emotions no matter what people do or say to me. This creature inside me, it's always on the hunt. And the only way I can keep it at bay is by controlling both my body and spirit 100%. Just one moment of carelessness. That's all it takes.
That's a lot to take in. Did Master Tyrus know about this? Did anyone else?
Only Master Tyrus, my foster father. He taught me how to contain it by controlling my thoughts. And he also advised me never to tell anyone about it, which I haven't. Until today.
I really appreciate the trust. Yeah, Why did you tell me? Is it just that I saw, or?
I don't know. Probably because I was afraid you'd tell someone else about what happened in Old Dothelgrad and that would raise suspicions. A coward's move, I know, but it was the best solution I could come up with. I'm sorry.
Well... So... There's no way to get rid of it? No way to banish it?
No way that I know of, at least. Who should I ask? The apothecary? There are 2 ways that would go. Either they would ridicule me, or they would take me seriously and report my condition to the Order. Neither way helps me, and who knows what the Order would do if they found out. Especially as strained as the situation is right now.
I suppose I can sympathize with that. I am not saying that. Stop putting it in front of me. So what would happen if you were to let it go? Is it just like the village again, or?
I don't know. And truth be told, I'm not sure I want to.
Totally understand that. So, this is just me asking silly questions right now, but if violence brings this thing out, why did you join the military? I mean, you could have joined the Order in, you know, a more peaceful fashion, right?
Well, what would be the alternative? Transcribe Pyrean books like the Magisters do all day? Or drop out entirely and pour hot water for the upper city's noblewomen? Look, Saira, as you already pointed out, there is a chance that this thing inside me is responsible for the massacre in the village.
I didn't say
and
that!
If that's true, I definitely have a lot of repentance to do, don't you think? And even if it isn't, I want to change things, to make the world at least a little bit better. And yes, I do realize that this means a lot of hardship and hard work for me, but I'm not afraid of that. Do you know why? Because that's what's missing in this world. So many people just talk, and never act, because that would mean that they'd have to actually endure something for what they believe in.
Yeah, it's an admirable attitude.
One that shouldn't be an exception. Anyway, the one thing I ask of you is to keep silent about what I've told you. It will never come to something like that again, I promise. I'd like some time by myself now, and thanks for listening.
Well, you have my word.
Verse 80 100 times.
This just doesn't make any sense. Why can't it ever be easy?
You know, I know you want to be private, but it just occurs to me, if you want to be somewhere private, next to the lecture hall is probably not the best place to be.